What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another Scrubtastic video. It's my birthday, which means you have to press the like button. You're contractually obligated to do whatever I say on my birthday, and all I'm asking for is likes, okay? And if you don't give me likes, I'm going to bang my head on a wall until I won't have another one. I have a special story for you guys today. It's about my brother, my little brother. No, not Benji. I have multiple little brothers. I know you guys are confused. And yes, Benji is my brother. I get that question all the time. Is Benji your brother? Yes, he's my half-brother. But this is about my other little brother, who I'm gonna name Padre. His name is not Padre, I promise, but Padre is a funny name, and it's my birthday, so I get to do whatever I want. You guys can't complain, you know? It's part of the rule of my birthday. I make the rules on my birthday, by the way, so no, you guys don't get a say on the rules. Now, 2 Christmases ago, the Christmas of 2017, I was in town from college to hang out with my family, and me and my cousin were downstairs hanging out with my little brother. Benji wasn't there, but my little brother was sitting on the couch, and he was playing this game on the TV. And my dad had actually just gone out and bought a new TV on Black Friday. He spent, $2,000 on a 4K Samsung screen. It was huge. It was really nice, and everybody in the house loved it. Like, it was basically the conversation piece of, oh my god, that's a ginormous TV. Anytime somebody walked into the house, and it was his pride and joy. But me and my cousin hadn't seen Fortnite yet. Like, it was still pretty new at that point. It had only been out for 3 or 4 months, but my brother had it and was playing it on the TV on his Xbox. So we're all gathered around the TV watching him. In the first couple games, he gets to, 15th place and dies, and we're like, oh, this game's really cool. It's pretty cartoony, but it's fun to play. And my brother, who's at the time, 11? I want to say 11, 10 or 11, one of the two. So he was still pretty young. Isn't really used to everybody gathered around him playing video games. It was still new to him, so he's loving it. He's like, yeah, guys, check this out. He's showing us things in the game. He's having a great time showing off his Fortnite skills, because me and my cousin and my dad were all watching him having a good time, looking at this beautiful TV, playing Fortnite, and my brother, just what at the time I thought was good at Fortnite. He's pretty trash, I'm not gonna lie. He can't even do 90s. However, he's showing off to convincing everybody that he's great at it, So me and my cousin start being like, hey, you should try to win. And it gets to the point where we're betting him when he's gonna win. Like, I think I told him if he wins the next game, I'll give him $100. And keep in mind, this is a 10 or 11-year-old, so $100 is legendary. Like, $100 when you're 11 years old, you think you're basically, richer than the president of the United States. You're like, yeah, sure, we're doing a trade embargo on China, but I have $100, Mom. This is not chump change, okay? I could basically buy 37 African countries with this $100. So he is hyped. In the next game, it's like you gave an 11-year-old Adderall. He is lasered, and he's getting kills, and he gets to the end, and instead of dying at 15th, he makes it through to the final circle. And this is when nobody built. Everybody kind of sucked. So I'm not really surprised that a bad player can make it this far, right? But he's hyped. He's convinced he's gonna win because he made it past 15th. And so it's an intense final battle. Him and this guy are both shooting each other. They're both missing a lot because they all suck. And then it happens. He dies. And it's like the life drained out of his eyes. Like, he went to an Olive Garden and they told you they were out of breadsticks, all right? That's the level of depression that smacks my brother harder than a pound of brick smacking into the side of a fat woman. And then comes the world's loudest "ree" I have ever heard in my entire life. Like a feminist being told she does not meet the weight requirements for a ride at Six Flags. That is the "ree" that comes belching out of my 10-year-old brother. It wasn't as much of a "ree" as it was a death cry at him realizing that he wasn't gonna get the $100, and then comes the rage. I don't know what it is about little kids, but they have a rage to them. That's just an uncontrollable rage. Like, if you've ever seen a little kid throw a temper tantrum, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the type of anger that's irrational. Like, a kid could be like, if I don't break this, I get $1 million. But then something will cause a temper tantrum and he'll just start smashing it like Hulk. That is the level of rage that little kids can have. And everybody has seen at least one temper tantrum or had one in their life. And you know what I mean by little kid strength. Little kid strength is absolutely a thing too. And he's freaking out. And my dad goes to pull my brother back because he's just spasming. And we had a glass coffee table at the time. Like, the top was glass and he was afraid he was going to break the coffee table. So my dad goes to control my brother, and the little kid strength comes out in full swing, and he rips out of my dad's hands. So my dad goes to grab him again and calm him down because he is writhing. And me and my cousin are laughing at this point because I am watching a 10-year-old give an almost 50-year-old man a run for his money in terms of not freaking out and breaking things in his house. And if you've ever seen that, it's pretty comical. So my brother and dad are running around with the Benny Hill theme, like that's what's going on is when he's getting chased around the coffee table, and they're just furiously chasing each other. He's breaking out of my dad's grasp and running. And finally my dad yells and he goes, you know what? If you don't stop it right now, I'm not letting you play anymore. And you'll be done for the day and I'm going to let your brothers play. And my brother goes, fine, and throws the controller. And it's almost like slow motion. I see this controller running through the air. Or I guess it doesn't have legs, so it couldn't run through the air, but you guys know what I mean. In slow motion, I'm watching this controller glide through the air. For a second, I think it grew a pair of eyes and winked at me because it knew its final destination. You know in movies when something's slowly flying through the air and it like makes eye contact with the other person flying in slow motion? That's basically what this remote controller does with me as it's flying towards the television. And with the most thundering crack I've ever heard in my entire life, the remote flies defiantly into the television. And you remember the old Fortnite thing that would come up after you died? It'd be like, you placed 15th, and it was red. That, I can only see the right side, so all I see is the end of placed. It just said, which is ironic because my brother said he wasn't gonna freak out, and now he was about to die. And my dad said, ironically, you better start running because if I catch you, the only thing that's going to be replaced is a child. I can replace a TV, I can't replace you, and maybe that's a good thing. So my brother takes off out the back door at the speed of a werewolf. I look over, my cousin's mouth is wide open. He's looking like Kim Kardashian when she was getting famous, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. I'm laughing hysterically, and my dad looks at me and he goes, what do you think so funny? And I said, well, I just saw my 10-month-old brother break your brand new television that you considered your baby, and that's pretty funny. And my dad starts taking his anger out on me. He's like, how dare you think this is funny? Like, oh, you think it's so hilarious that somebody else's property got destroyed, don't you? And I was like, well, I mean, you babied that television more than you babied me when I was a kid, and yeah, it is kind of funny to watch my little brother take off running after he smashed it with a PlayStation controller. And my dad is now going over to the TV, hoping it's not broken, but it's like that one scene in the movie where the guy just got hit by a freight train, and they're like, are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay. Like, it is not gonna be okay. Let's be honest here. We all know that freight train did more damage than can be repaired, and that's what this PlayStation remote did. My dad turns it off and turns it back on, hoping miraculously the screen fairies, you know, the protectors of all things electronic, are gonna piece his broken television back together. And that's just not the case. That was never gonna happen. And sadly, or should I say funnily for the story, TV is still broken when my dad turns it on, and he's like, your brother is dead, blah, 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 blah. And at this point, the commotion has caused a ruckus, and my aunt, who is my cousin's mom, and my mom come into the room and are like, hey, what's going on? And my dad has to politely explain that me being the idiot I am, bet my brother $100 that he couldn't win a game, and my brother lost, and the rage that seeped through his bones caused him to freak out. And my dad, instead of calming him down or getting my mom, decided to try to wrangle a wild toddler like a bull at the rodeo. And of course, the bull could not be tamed. And after being bucked off, my dad watched in horror as my brother threw the PlayStation controller through his brand new television. And my mom was not the biggest fan of this TV, mainly because I'm convinced my dad actually loved it more than us. He still holds a memorial every year. Oh, great Samsung TV in its 4K glory. Please, for all that is holy, maintain my innocence. Or, I don't know, something like that. As for my brother, we found him trying to hop the wall in the backyard. He was only about 4 feet tall, but our neighbor on the right, not the right, the left side of us was his good friend, and he was gonna go over to his house and hide out until things calmed down and my dad wasn't so triggered. But of course, being like 3'11" and 10 years old, my brother was not very good at hopping walls. You know, we got the white gene. We did not get the genes that are good for hopping walls. You know, we just got the TV gene instead. So my dad goes in the backyard, asks him to get inside. They look at the TV. He's like, do you feel bad for what you've done? And my brother, without missing a beat, goes, no, which got him a grade A grounding. Oof, yeah. Christmas was pretty interesting that year. My dad did not get a new TV. Instead, he had to get the old TV back out and was watching on it up until, well, today. We're getting there. And, you know, poor guy just really missed his TV. He missed all that 4K glory. My brother didn't get in very much trouble. He got in trouble. Like, don't get me wrong, he got in trouble. But Christmas wasn't canceled. The Grinch didn't come take all of his presents or anything. He just got yelled at for a while and grounded, which you can't really do much more to a 10-year-old. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't drive anywhere for a month. And the 10-year-old's like, I can't even reach the pedals. Nonetheless, it's a story we tell every Christmas to anybody who will listen, because it's just so funny to watch a 10-year-old smash a television and then your dad have a conniption as he realizes that the love of his life has officially lost him. And Mom, if you're watching this, it's okay. It's okay. We've all been replaced by dad with a TV. But on to the moral of the story, my dad really missed his TV, and it was unfairly taken from him because I decided to bet my brother something stupid. So like I said at the start of the video, today is my birthday, and I decided to do the good old reverse Uno card for all the the time my parents have bought me something when I was growing up. So I got my dad a new 4K TV today, and it just reminded me a lot of this story, like, because, I don't know, I thought it was funny. And not to mention, this video will probably slap because I'm going to name it Kid Breaks TV Over Fortnite. We all know that's going to get mad views. But yeah, moral of the story is have a son that's a YouTuber, do stupid things, then he'll buy you televisions, I guess. On that note, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram at Scrubby. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Don't get anyone pregnant, especially if you think your kid might eventually take the RKO out on your TV instead of his brother. I don't mind being beaten, but hey, that's just me. I'm kind of into it, low-key. That's what she said. Happy birthday to me. I'm no longer a teenager. That's weird. I'm 20 years old. Huge thank you to you guys for making the last year the best year of my life. And hopefully when I turn 21, we're still sitting here talking about dumb stuff I've done in my life. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love each and every one of you with all my heart, and I'll see you guys soon. I'm out. Peace.